Hey folks, this is old Bubba the Jewish Redneck Prepper, and we are downtown Louisville, Georgia. They say their motto here this was once the permanent capital, first permanent capital of Georgia. Ain't that kind of funny, Mama? Mm-hmm. If it was a permanent capital in the first place, it'd still be the capital, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you think?
I think so.
And here is the Louisville sign welcoming you to it. It says Yazoo Fraud, the Market House, 1787. And that Yazoo Fraud has something to do with the land grab back when Georgia's territory also included Alabama and all the way out to the Mississippi River, including Mississippi. Now, this town is about the busiest I've seen it in a long time, don't you think, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you come down through here some days, and it's just as dead as anything could be. But this is a very historical town. I'd say about 50% of more than that these old buildings are dead. Wouldn't you think, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we're downtown here is that there's a lot that we can get down here, downtown. But what we're down here is to get something that's a part of political correctness nowadays. It goes back to the part of what started the Civil War. And it's called the Marketplace. Okay, they tried to water it down, what this place really was and everything. Here you go. Before we get over there, it says Louisville Commercial Historic District. The property has been placed in the National Register of Historic Places. First National Bank and Trust building, built in 1919. So this building is exactly 100 years old. And this is the old bank. And this bank looks just almost like, if you look back there, you see those safe. It's built just like the bank in downtown Georgia, Thompson, Georgia. Now, as you see right across here, I'll give you a little panoramic view. Down there, state capitol used to be down toward the end of this building. And you look around, and that's where we're going. Right nowadays, it's called the Marketplace. And we're going to leave it here to you. All this revolves around this. It wasn't just the Marketplace, but here they sold all kinds of stuff. And back then, it was during the day when certain people were not even considered human beings. And that's dark ages of our country. Back in the 1800s, they have fought Civil War, but this is an old slave market, folks. A lot of people, controversy, don't like seeing this thing stand, and but it's our history. History's history, whether it's good or bad. But I just want to read this to you, where they tried to play this place down from what it really was. Georgia State Marker, it says the Market House. This Market House was built between 1795 and 1798. It's a publicly owned multi-purpose trading house. Louisville newspapers record sales of large tracts, household goods, town lots, and slaves by sheriffs, tax collectors, marshals, and people of the community at the Market House. As you can see, it's slaves. And see, they tried to downplay its main purpose by saying they sold other things. But mostly, over the years, they have downplayed this very atrocious place and try to say other things were sold here, but mainly slaves were sold here. A bad time during our history. But it goes on to say the square became the hub of the transportation routes that centered on Louisville when the state capitol was located here between 1794 and 1807. Although portions of the structures have been replaced, the Market House has never lost its distinctive style. Inside the Market House hangs a bell that was cast in France of a New Orleans convent in 1772. The ship carrying the bell was sacked by pirates, and the bell was sold in Savannah. It was given to the state capitol, but was used in the Market House as a community warning signal. Going on down here, it says the restoration of the Market House, and here's an old picture of what it used to look like downtown. And it gives you another picture. And this was shot, a picture in the 1850s is what it says. And barely eligible to read this, but it says the Louis Mill Market House, built in the late 18th century, was originally cited as the convergence of three early roads to Savannah, Augusta, and Georgetown. As can be seen in early images, the market house, the structure originally featured a low retaining wall and horizontal framing members. They were removed in 1923 when the market house was moved 17 feet southeast with the paving of U.S. Highway 1, State Route 4. Then the market house was placed on a brick floor. Motorists could drive around the market house until the late 1970s, which, as part of a downtown revitalization project, the street circling was closed to traffic. The year 1923 has been chosen as the significant period for restoration of the market house because that was when it was first moved and established as a state local landmark. And see the beautiful old building. Let's see, folks. Here's a very controversial place. You got people talking about the rebel flag and don't want to be flying the rebel flag. And some people argue that it's their heritage to fly. Well, folks, this is heritage too. No matter how you feel about it and everything like that, I can understand people that want to tear this thing down, and I can understand people about the heritage of the structure because I love history, both good and bad. Sad part about it is we never hardly ever learn from our past. And this is just a reminder of our past. And people that don't learn from our past is usually bound to repeat it. This is sad. How much part of this old structure there is. And everything. It's like memorialized and stuff here. Here's the old bell I was talking about right here. It says early slave marker containing original timbers, probably only such mark now standing in Georgia, 1936, commemorative. How many people, how many families were broken up by the sale and the exchange of a diabolical scheme like this? And here we have a capsule beneath this tablet contains items and information dedicated to the Louisville Bicentennial Commission to be opened by or on the authority of the City Council of Louisville, Georgia in the year 2076. So, folks, we got quite a while before that time capsule gets dug up and do it. Go down over here and see what this other marker says. Flying Georgia state flag, and it's kind of like a memorial here to honor of the men and women of Jefferson County who served in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Sword from 1990 to 1991. Okay, folks, well, this is a little bit of history brought to you today of Louisville's slave market. Sad. But it's our history, folks. Let's try not to repeat such mistakes. Until the next time, this is old Bubba the Jewish Redneck Prepper saying God bless, enjoy the journey, and shalom. Beautiful old city. My understanding there's supposed to be a ghost town called Queensboro not too far from here. Original location of Jefferson County. Original location, county seat of Jefferson County. God bless, folks. Shalom.